Batting practice. Don't you love it? Well, I can tell you someone who didn't. A firefighter in Montgomery County, Maryland. This firefighter's car was hit by a home run in batting practice. The retaliation they had in mind was soaking the field with a fire hose, delaying the baseball game that was about to happen, and creating a giant pool of water in center field. It's not quite safe to play baseball underwater, so no baseball for the time being. Just because this firefighter was mad about getting their car bonked by a homer, welcome to the wild world of collegiate summer baseball, which is chock full of experiences just like this one. Collegiate summer ball is exactly what it sounds like. College players on their summer breaks, staying fresh after the season ends. And outside of the Cape Cod League, which is basically the Rivendell of summer ball, it really does have that summer vacation camp vibes, but for kids old enough to vote. This is a world where teams wear jerseys celebrating old Vine videos. This is a world where players often live with host families they'd never met before. This is a world where, according to my roommate who used to pitch D1, one time his team ran out of catchers and the pitchers warmed up in the bullpen by throwing to a fence. This is a world where teams tend to have goofy names like the Carolina Disco Turkeys or Gainesville Gold Diggers. This is a world that originated a niche fun team you've never heard of called the Savannah Bananas. This is a world where a team selected a random fan to play and they hit a real home run. And this is a world where you could watch a ball game for the same team that had that fan hit a home run on Mascot Olympics night while content creators play actual baseball players in real baseball. Yes, Bros vs. Pros has returned. Stark Raving Sports participated for the third time, this time in Portland, Oregon versus the Portland Pickles All-Stars. And we played a real 9-inning ball game on the backdrop of mascots having a dance battle in between innings. I could go on all day and all night about how wild and wacky the world of summer ball is, and how anything goes it tends to be. For the sake of containing this to one narrative that represents something that could only happen in summer ball, we here at SRS, who took the trip to see the most popular summer ball team on the west coast of America, want to chronicle exactly what we just experienced, showing you a side of baseball you may never have known existed. I promise you, with all my heart, you have never seen baseball quite like this. And you know the boys are going to pop in and let you know a little what they thought. The Portland Pickles are one of the most beloved and popular summer ball teams in the US. They have promotional billboards covering a team of college kids on their summer break in a major city. It's kind of unreal if you ask me. Their fans race up folding chairs when the team scores a run, something that happened plenty against the content creators team. They had Bigfoot is real and we can prove it night during the making of this video. Bigfoot threw out the first pitch that night too in Portland to the Pickles' anthropomorphic pickle mascot, Dylan. They have totally mastered creating a memorable experience from June through August for baseball fans in the area there to celebrate this team. And this team also agreed to play a bunch of little old internet boys, and also one girl, shout out to you Scarlett, in real baseball. Those who wear the Pickles uniform play baseball. We make short-form content reciting names of old baseball players. This should be a bloodbath, and not in our favor, but that's why we're here, because baseball rules, and the Pickles share that understanding with us. After getting acclimated to Walker Stadium in Portland, where I took BP in shorts and a Breaking Bad t-shirt, and that's still not the wildest thing someone wore in that batter's box, game time was approaching. AKA Scarlett threw out the first pitch in full uniform, and well, none of us saw this one coming, that's for sure. She said yes, and stunted on us in the dugout with some brand new bling. Yoenis Cespedes, eat your heart out. We also had a part-time first base coach for this game. Me. I was feeling very inspired by Will Ferrell's base coaching heroics, and whipped up some words of encouragement I could show not just my teammates, but the whole stadium and anyone watching on the broadcast.
Think a hitter would respond to that? Do I connect a head, or is this good? Here you go. When you're really small with a bunch of dots at the bottom, that's gonna say yay eventually. Like you can barely read it. Oh, there you go. Then you did it.
All right. It was a strikeout. 2 away.
It was then time for baseball, and incredibly, the game actually looked like baseball for the first 3 or 4 innings. D-Sarm and J-Lab both pitched really well. Don't ask about how our hitting went as a unit, or our defense, or our throwing, but pitching, I must say we kept it close, much closer than I was expecting, which to me made the experience of it starting out looking like real baseball and gradually evolving into something that looks less like baseball than Mario Super Sluggers does when you turn the items on. I will say that seemingly, a turning point in the game happened in vibes when I came to bat, for the first and only time.
SRS Mike to the plate.
Hey, FICO here. I worked a full count and then got robbed. So.
We already had plenty of good moments offensively. 5 points Vids got a hit, which he's older than Rich Hill. That's impressive no matter how you slice it. Draftneck Mark got a hit in the same inning I came to bat, which means that if I really connected and smoked one like that random fan, it would have really meant something in the game. To set as good a vibe as I could, I chose Too Slippery by La Tyler and Bossman D-Lo as my walk-up song, because at least in my hyper-narrow worldview of the issue, I was the first baseball player to ever walk up to La Tyler or Bossman D-Lo. To try and, make an impact on the game in the one swing, I swung at the first pitch no matter what. I really wish I hadn't. Took the next one for ball 1, and the one after that for strike 2. I did not get on a plane to Oregon to strike out looking, so I made my decision to swing no matter what again.
Next pitch from McGraw, swung on and missed. He got him. SRS Mike strikes out, and that is it for the Melonheads in the 6th.
Well, there goes our shot.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Sorry, Mike. I'm gonna have to step in here. Hi, everyone. I'm Dylan. You might know me as Baseball Historian on YouTube. What you should know me as, though, is the #1 hitter on the Melonheads. That's right. When my plane landed in Portland, I had one mission: to get a hit. I had my bat. I had my can-do attitude. I had whatever this is. Finally, I was ready to show these fans what a real athlete looks like.
0-2. Back to the mound. Underhand toss to Harpster, who barehands it 1-3 the putout.
FICO here again. My whole plan was to get on base or at least make contact, and I got robbed.
To say the Pickles beat us is a gross understatement. It's like saying Batman beat the Arkham game thug he threw into a gas tank. The Pickles' first baseman briefly played the game sitting in a folding chair, a guy named Taco Meat, by the way. The whole team joined in later on in the 9th inning of playing the game sitting down. We didn't really help our case either. Here's Ball Glove King taking an at-bat in Birkenstocks, which look like this. They're not cleats. He did attempt to make up for it by having the largest glove you will ever see to try and give us some spark defensively. And when he came into pitch, he did so with a glove so large it got wheeled out in like a suitcase of sorts.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
They kept the goddamn Tesseract in something less secure than this. What, is Marcellus Wallace's soul in that glove or something? Once it was made increasingly clear that we would not win this game, our entire team made the trek out onto the field to play defense at the same time.
Their score is the friends they made along the way. Well,
Way more than the legal baseball limit of 9 defenders at one time, but it still didn't lead to defensive perfection. It's not like we at Stark Raving Sports really helped our case there. Beers were consumed in the outfield during play.
He's drinking a beer in the outfield?
I just got handed a pub beer. Are we sponsored? You got handed a beer. I got handed a beer.
There's a
No
game.
brand.
There's a game going on right now.
I made a few FaceTime calls from dead center field to surprise my friends and family from, the middle of the outfield during a game. Yes, the reason why I made a play with 2 bare hands and not a glove is I threw everything onto the outfield grass in a panic since, well, I was on the phone when a ball came my way. They do say my reflexes are as good as Ken Griffey Jr.'s out there. One call was made to my good pal Wardy, who was live streaming a Mets postgame show, and deleted the footage from the internet before I could clip it myself, which is why you're just seeing random visuals from that stream. Another call went to my mom, who very kindly reminded me that I had a game to play. Hecklers also reminded me that I had a game to play, and as unfortunate as it is to admit, Mom probably needed to wait a few more minutes. Pickles, 16, Melonheads, 0, Memories, infinite. Look, I am so glad that we did this. Speaking for everyone there, I'm very grateful to our audience, my teammates, the Portland Pickles fans, and you watching this for making all of this possible. Yeah, we slowly committed sacrilege against the game we love as the night went on, but we did it to celebrate each other and our common love for a weird little game we're lucky enough to spread for a living. And I owe that to you guys watching this. We owe this sector of baseball a lot too. Only here would we get to hold such a fun and special event. Here, in collegiate summer ball, where the Pickles share our commitment to keep baseball as fun as we can. Take that, LA Dodgers. Why won't you play us? Are you, afraid or something?
FICO back one more time. This was one of the best experiences I've ever had, especially when it comes to making content. My expectations were already high, and even then it still surpassed them, and I just want to extend a thank you to the Pickles, and especially Five, for putting this whole thing together and letting me participate this year. Thank you.
To piggyback off that, I also owe a huge thank you to Mr. 5 Points Vids for being the ringleader of all this, and to Nick Kovac for documenting this entire thing with more photos and videos of the event that I could reasonably describe. This doesn't happen without their contributions, and I want everyone to know that. All of the Melonheads signed commemorative locker room plates just before the game. If you'd like to pick one up, or just a Melonheads jersey of your own, every last drop of proceeds goes to the Alzheimer's Association. Don't think we wouldn't do all this without a good cause to support. Come on now. But, yeah, Melonheads fans will get you a win at some point. I promise.